I just picked up this generator recently off Amazon for my truck camper. Now, let's talk about camping generators for a minute. I know people are going to come out of the woodwork, probably, as they usually do, to say that's not a camping generator, it's too noisy, I don't want to be camping anywhere near you, so on, so on. And, of course, culminating with you should get an inverter Honda, a Honda inverter generator. Yeah, that's that's just the final word. And of course, if you go on the RV sites and ask, anytime anybody says anything about camping generators, boom, Honda inverter generator. So we're going to kind of compare this a little bit to the smaller generator that I already have, that I've had for a few years now, but also to the Honda inverter generator that people always recommend, just as a knee-jerk reaction. And it kind of reminds me, actually, to the way so many people, as a knee-jerk reaction, if you say anything about a pickup truck, immediately, boom, Toyota. You should get a Toyota. Okay, I need a new truck to haul my 2,500 pound camper. Boom, you should get a Toyota. Alright, show me a Toyota that'll do that. And besides the fact that I've had 2 Toyota trucks and had lots of problems out of both of them, so I'm not a fan of Toyotas. But on generators, let me just say first off, you don't want to camp next to me because my generator is too loud. Good. I don't want you to camp next to me. If I can see you, you're probably too close, because I probably don't camp the way most people do. My version of camping is I take my 4-wheel drive truck with the camper on the back, or occasionally my canvas tent or whatever, but I had, out in the boonies somewhere, out in the desert or whatever, and I get as far away from other people as I can. And I prefer to find a place, I'm into dispersed camping. I prefer to find a place where there's nobody else around, because I don't want to park, right beside somebody else, especially somebody I don't even know. So to me, if I'm inside with the air conditioner running and the generator outside is not louder than the air conditioner, then I'm fine. And if the noise of that generator, which is not as bad as some people claim, but if it's enough to keep somebody else from coming along in the middle of the night and parking 50 feet away from me, well, good. That's a plus in my book. But enough of that. We've covered that. So now on to the comparison. First, I'll compare this to what I had before. What I still have, in fact. I've got the little 3200 watt little generator, 110 volt generator, pull start, and so on. And it does not have the RV outlet. So not having the RV outlet means that I have to use an adapter and plug into the standard 15 amp outlet. Use a 15 amp to 30 amp RV adapter. And that's really not a good thing to do, because every adapter, every additional connection in line causes a voltage drop, creates heat, and it's bad for your air conditioner. It's okay for running pretty much all the other loads in the camper, but the air conditioner doesn't like that voltage drop. And that air conditioner is an expensive piece of equipment, so you don't want to burn it up. So, also with the 3200, I think it was 3200 surge or 3250 surge, and 2600 running watts or something like that for the smaller generator I have. And with it, I had to turn off the electricity to the refrigerator and the water heater, and in order to run the air conditioner. So I had to run the water heater and the refrigerator on gas so that I could use the electricity for the air conditioner. Because if I just plugged in and ran everything, including the air conditioner, it was too much of a draw on the little generator. Also, it's pull start only, which is okay, but electric start is a good thing. Okay, so now let's look at this. The smaller generator is, like I said, it's about 2600 watts continuous and about 3200 watts surge. This one is 4750 watts starting watts or surge watts, 3800 watts continuous running watts. Also, this will run on propane, and it comes with a propane hose, and you can take it off if you're going to run it on gasoline. And what I'll probably do is break it in on propane and then remove the hose, store it in my camper, and go ahead and put gasoline in it and run it on that most of the time. Just use the propane as kind of a backup, because it costs more to run it on propane and it has less output. The output on propane is 4275 versus 4750 for the surge, and 3420 versus 3800 on gasoline for continuous running watts. So that's still quite a bit more than the smaller generator. So even on propane, I can just plug in, and I don't need an adapter. I can plug the RV directly into the RV outlet and run everything in the RV, including the air conditioner, no problem. Okay, another advantage to this is, I already covered the propane, it's got electric start. Again, that's a good thing. You know, like I said, pull start is okay, but electric start is easier. So now it does have pull start as well. So if the battery's dead or whatever, you can pull start it. Okay, so we covered the dual fuel, the electric start, the output, the RV connector. Okay, it also has a digital gauge right here, and that tells you the voltage, the frequency in hertz, and the it's an hour meter. It tells you how many hours it's operated. And I guess that's it. It uses a fairly typical Honda clone, I guess you would call it, which is the design of pretty much all small engines now, for the most part. Overhead valve, little 224cc engine, and it's a good little engine. Okay, so let's see, it's supposed to run at 50% load. It's supposed to run 9 hours on one of the 20-pound barbecue / RV tanks, portable tanks. And I think it's 11 hours, approximately 11 hours on a tank of gasoline. So you can run it on either or, like I said. And this is how you select from one or the other. So that position is propane, that position is gasoline. So far I haven't put any gasoline in it, but after I get it broken in well, I'll probably go ahead and start running gasoline most of the time, because it's cheaper to run on gasoline than on propane, because gasoline is cheaper and also puts out more power and runs longer on a given amount of fuel. So that's probably what I'll do. But now let's compare it to the Honda. Okay, people say buy a Honda inverter generator because it's quiet. Alright, first of all, we'll compare price. Now I will provide a link, of course I'm going to provide a link in the video description to this. So you can get one of these if you like. But I'll also provide a link to the Honda, just in case anybody wants to buy one. I'd appreciate it if you buy it through my link, because it doesn't cost you anything extra and it helps me out. So anyway, Amazon does sell the Hondas as well. But I'm not a fan of inverter generators because the inverter board is an expensive part. And from what I've heard, if it goes out, it's going to cost almost as much as just buying a new generator to replace that board. And in fact, it'll cost more. If you had a Honda and the inverter board went out and it was out of warranty, it would cost more to replace that board than to just buy this generator outright. So the Honda, now the Honda that's most comparable to this is the EU 3000i, I believe is the designation, and it's 2800 running watts. So, and it's gasoline only, so it's not dual fuel. This is dual fuel, like I said. The Honda is gasoline only. It's 1,000 watts less in running wattage than this is. So it says in the specifications that it will run most 13,500 BTU air conditioners. This will run all 13,500 BTU air conditioners, and it'll run bigger ones too. In fact, it'll run probably any air conditioner you're going to see on an RV, because that 4,750 surge watts and 3,800 running watts is enough to run pretty much any air conditioner you need to, plus the other accessories. With the Honda EU 3000, it'll run some 13,500 BTU air conditioners, but not necessarily all of them, and it won't run a bigger air conditioner than that. Oh, let's cover price. This is about $450, and right now, I mean, I think the full retail on this is $650 or something like that, but I got mine for about $450, and I think that's what they're running right now. And it's a sale price, so it'd be a good idea to get one quick while it's still on sale, if possible. But okay, so we covered the output. The Honda is gasoline only. Oh, price, I forgot to tell you. The Honda is over $2,000. This is $450. The Honda is over $2,000. Now, don't even bother looking at the EU 2000, which is only a little bit over $1,000, but it's not big enough to run an air conditioner. It might run a tiny little 5,000 BTU window unit air conditioner. It might, or it might not. But it's not going to run an RV air conditioner. So there's no point in even looking at the 2000. You got to go to at least the 3000. Or you could get the bigger Honda. Bigger than 3000. They have one that's 7,000 or something like that. But I think it's also about $4,000. So I don't know about you, but that's out of my price range by a substantial amount. In fact, the Honda 3000 is out of my price range. But a little bit over $2,000. gasoline only versus gasoline and propane for this one. Oh, pull start only on the over $2,000 Honda versus pull start and electric on this one. And the Honda 3000 does not have the RV outlet. So even if you were going to run an RV, if it will run your RV air conditioner, you still have to use an adapter, like with my small $200 generator. So that would certainly not be a step up for me. That would be a step down. So for all those reasons, I'd rather have this one than the Honda. And now this one also carries a 3-year warranty, so I forgot to mention that. And with that, let's take it outside and run it a bit, shall we?